you're from an ordinary working class family, life is much harder than many people in Westminster realise. You have a job, but you don't always have job security. You have your own home, but you worry about paying the mortgage. You can just about manage, but you worry about the cost of living and getting your kids into a good school. If you're one of those families, if you're just managing, I want to address you directly. I know you're working around the clock. I know you're doing your best, and I know that sometimes life can be a struggle. The government I lead will be driven not by the interests of the privileged few, but by yours. We will do everything we can to give you more control over your lives.
In July 2016, the UK heard from the Prime Minister about plans to make things better for families who are just about managing. And in the last 2 years, we've also seen the launch of the Inclusive Growth Commission, a major review into how best to make local economies across the UK more inclusive and prosperous. This was followed up in 2017 by the Taylor Review, commissioned by Theresa May to look at modern-day working practices to make sure that people have access to fair and flexible options when it comes to employment opportunities. Recent headlines report on how millennials are being priced out of housing. We've seen that the issue of housing ranks second after health as a way to improve life in the UK. Housing is also the single biggest domestic priority in our country, and the reality is that the housing market for people who are trying to rent good quality accommodation just isn't an option. Locally, the average home in the southeast is almost 12 times the average salary. A family seeking to buy a home in our region requires an individual salary of more than £82,000 to afford a mortgage, making home ownership unobtainable for many. And the cost of privately renting is also less affordable, with average monthly rents at £994, which means that some people locally can spend almost 40% of their gross income on rent. These major concerns are being felt across the whole country, and there's a real risk that future generations will not have access to the jobs, services or homes that they need in the places that they need them. The government is seeking potential solutions for how to address these problems, but we know that these things are likely to take substantial time to evolve. And the success of any solution relies on true partnership working and relentless effort that can take years of pushing in the same direction. We have a part to play in this as a local housing organisation because we provide homes and services that local people really need. But we're not a national employer or a policymaker, nor are we able to influence the cost of the things we provide. Until now. We are a community-focused organisation. We're able to explore new ways of working, and we're making use of the recent deregulation measures that remove some elements of government control and give more freedom to change the way we do things. We're also more driven than ever in our approach to making things happen. Because we can't wait for someone else to give us the solution, we're here to create them. In February 2018, the new Red Kite Group was created to address not only the national housing crisis, but also the inequality between wealth and opportunity that exists between people within the same communities. The group also aims to address the concerns that we know are real for our customers and their families, which include delays in being able to deal with antisocial behaviour, challenges when it comes to being able to respond to changes in people's circumstances, and the flexibility of our tenancies we provide. And how do we know that these are priorities for our customers? Because we asked them. We listened to what they had to say. Our role has always been to help those in housing need, but faced with a new modern-day dilemma that people at all stages of the housing market are no longer able to afford nor access suitable housing or employment, we had to do something ourselves rather than wait around for things to change. And that something is 2011. 2011 is our local solution with much bigger ambitions. It charges rents based on an individual's ability to pay, meaning that rents for those on benefits can actually be covered by benefits and for those in work. We'll work rents out by setting them at what's affordable for the household income at the start of their tenancy. And then if something life-changing happens, we may be able to offer a period of subsidised rent for up to 6 months. For those who earn more during the period of their tenancy, they'll be able to keep this and save to improve prospects for themselves and their families. Annual inflationary increases will apply at the end of each year. 2011 will also cater for the digitally literate, so they can access key services online as they do with many other organisations. We want people to have good work rather than poor work. We want people pursuing and achieving great quality employment, something that improves life chances, lessens reliance on welfare dependency, which traps people and disrupts the income that their families receive. We're also introducing an approach that, together with work and employment, focuses on the impact of the behaviour of people in the communities. Good behaviour and a sustained positive contribution to society will be reflected in tenancy continuation and access to additional options, so that those who make bad behaviour choices quickly feel the impact and are encouraged to change for the benefit of the whole community. We know that life and what people need changes, so when we renew tenancies, we'll apply a tailor-made solution that responds to the needs of each household. So in most cases, tenants will know that their tenancies will be automatically renewed, but are secure in the knowledge that we'll terminate tenancies for those who cross the clear lines that have been set. This approach is all about taking negativity out of our communities and replacing it with positivity. We aim to encourage more local community collaboration, offering support and opportunities to those who want to make a difference to their local area. We'll develop a new approach to life coaching, supporting this in different ways through digital coaching and through our network of partners to provide services that customers can use to support their development. This move away from traditional housing management is all about encouraging people to develop themselves and their families with less reliance on us. When Red Kite was born in 2011, we set out to create an organisation that knew its people, worked with them to deliver what's most important to them, and truly realised the potential in our communities. Almost 7 years later, and that vision is now a reality with the start of 2011. 2011 will not detract from Red Kite. Moreover, it'll take all the best bits of our well-established organisation and enhance them. Customers will continue to be involved in our business, shaping and influencing how we work and the people in our communities. We know that it won't just take one sector, organisation or report to address the issues we face as a nation. There is no magic bullet, no joined-up plan to get everyone pushing in the right direction, but we want to start somewhere, knowing the people we work with and the important issues that need to be addressed. If our local communities are to prosper, which we already know is the aspiration of many, we believe that by taking the lead and doing something different, we're embarking on this challenge. And if we truly make this work, then our hope is that other people and organisations can learn from it and initiate a much wider impact on citizens across our country.